Hi everyone, Intuitive Kathleen Miller here, and I just wanted to go through a couple quick tips because there are a couple details to just get you in the habit of patching so that it just becomes easy and kind of second nature. For a lot of people, they're only using like maybe the X39 or one or two patches where it's relatively easy because you're doing the 12-hour day and sometimes a 12-hour night. But I wanted to go through a couple details and some tricks I did that are helping me be more organized with it, since I am, really using quite a few patches now to play with them and just notice the differences for my body, but also some tips to help you kind of get started in a way that's going to make it more efficient and really make it work for you. And I think one of the big things right off the bat is really increasing hydration as much as you can, quality filtered water, obviously, but as well as great, like quality electrolytes. I know there's a lot of sugar-free, great ones out there. I like the Vega Minerals is really, really good. There's also, I also like Trace Minerals. There's like gummies that you can get. I actually have several different ones. Certainly with patching, I also do, infrared yoga and a lot of different things that I'm needing to kind of really replenish from a lot of those things. So that's one that I really, if you're not, especially with the cellular repair and turnover, if you're not getting quality, right amount of water or the electrolytes, it can make that detox a little tougher, but it also can make it less efficient. So for especially women that are in, with hormone issues, those are something that if you're not in the right mineral balance, that can just be more challenge or have changes becoming slower. So make sure that's in place. I do, I have some that are little carry packets. And if I'm out a lot during the day or I have a lot of appointments, I'll have one for my water when I'm out. And then I have like 2 or 3 different great electrolytes, or you can always use coconut water. As well. Getting a good quality coconut water is another way to get quick electrolyte boost for you. All right, so a couple of things. I'm going to go through a couple of the patches, and it is important to remember that certain are day patches, and then there's some that are recommended for night, and that's just because of some of them being a little bit more stimulating, and as well as being more optimal at night, or that they're actually helping for sleep. So let's go through a couple PM patches. Okay, so one trick I do is once you get your sleeve, I'm actually writing notes on the corner, and so I have like PM, so I know, okay, this is always, the Eon is recommended at night, not that you couldn't use it during the day, but it's recommended there. And then I wrote down some of the belly points that were, or some of the different points that, like the belly, the V in the wrist, the neck, the back of the neck, the top of the ankle, and then just below the first and second toe, or between the first and second toe. So those are different acupoints that are great for this. And it also has a little note here, 5 to 7 days a week. So this is one you don't have to use every day. It is one that you're going to be rotating. So on some of the patches, I'll write Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And this one I am doing because I really love the Eon. I know it's helping me sleep better. I know it's helping me do more of that night repair, and it's kind of boosting. It's one of the top recommended with the X39. So that one's really working for me. But I love these notes because especially if you start using several different kinds, you can kind of just have that little reminder. And I also organize them in the morning. So, okay, I have my morning, I just use the X39 in the morning. So that one's easy. I rotate it from the back of the neck to 2 fingers below the belly button from day to day. And then that's, for most people going to be your day patch. So if you're up at 7, it would be 7 a.m., 7 p.m. You're going to be have maybe an iPhone reminder to take it off. And that's another thing too, is really remembering or doing like little phone reminders with a little note on it. Hey, take a patch off, take a patch on, because you will get in the habit of it where it's easier, but to just get you started, to get that to be part of your routine so that it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about these things anymore. And that can be super helpful. So then the next one is Alavita. This one I also am really loving. This is a great one at night. Now this one, it does say in the information, the back of the neck, the C7, and then through 2 fingers below the belly button. But I've also heard David Schmidt on there's a great YouTube of him going into the science of it and having more, showing very several clinical studies with more specifics of it. And he does mention the third eye point and the temple point as well. So those can all be used. I wore it on the third eye last night. Really loved that. Definitely enhances dreams for sure, which I'm already a kind of high vamp dreamer already. But this is a PM patch. So this is going to be helping skin. This is going to be helping all of those. So that's just, again, having the notes there is really, really helpful. And then SP6, this is also one that you need to remember is the left side of the body, because that's the way that it needs to assist for the hormone balancing, as well as not every day. So this one's my Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I just MWF, that gives me my little note there, and then PM in the corner. So that way, when I glance at these and I have all these different patches in the morning, I kind of organize, oh, today's Wednesday, here's my patches. And then for carnosine, which I also really, really love this one, this is one that is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for me. So this is one that you can put on the heart, the neck, the V in the wrist, kind of the higher V, and then also lower back. So this is only 1 to 3 days a week. It's not necessarily all the time. So you can, again, get more information. All of these patches, you can go into YouTube and put in and look for a Lifewave or David Schmidt with each of these patches. And he speaks specifically to the science, or several different doctors talking specifically to like each particular patch. So I'm going to keep releasing videos that are going to be helping with that, but it's something that, really can be a support to, first of all, remind you of why you are doing this, but also be encouraged, because I'm listening to these all the time, and between testimonials and then more specific clinical, where they're really showing undoubted shifting that is happening in the body or cellularly, it keeps reinforcing my commitment to kind of going further and really giving this, you have to remember it's 1 month every 10 years you've been alive. So for me, in my, early 50s, so I'm at least 5 to 6 months before my body's going to be doing that overall reset. So you do want to commit to at least 2 to 3 months to begin to see changes. And even with all of the symptoms that I started with, I do encourage you, if you haven't started the tracker, which is a PDF that I'm happy to send you, just reach out to me, or I may put a link on my resource page too, so that's easier to get for everybody. But that's one that you want to have, and then just make a note in your calendar that you're checking in from, it really is like the first couple weeks, and then 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So you're just checking in, as well as doing a straight shot in good light of your face. I also did my hairline. I also did, because I have some skin melasma because I grew up on the beach. So that's something that I'm curious to see, some of those aging spots and melasma kind of shifting as well. And that would be the Alabita patch for those of you interested there. And then otherwise, the X39 is pretty straightforward. I really don't have notes on this one. This is an AM, really encouraged as an AM patch, because it is a bit more stimulating. So it is a day, so it'd be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. For example, it's just whenever you wake up to the 12 hours after. And then, this one really rotates from C7 at the back, the top back, nebbia at the neck, and then 2 fingers below the belly button. So I just rotate that from day to day at each point. And then X49 can be specifically on the muscle group that maybe you're wanting to specifically do. This is also an AM, although I have heard a couple people doing this PM. So I think this one can go either way. But, and always ask your body. I'm big on doing self-kinesiology and really asking the body, do you want this? Is this appropriate for right now? And letting your body show you and kind of work with you. That's part of that intuitive flow of letting, going with the flow of what your body's requiring from day to day, with diet, with activity, with all of your lifestyle choices, but also, being clear about, which of these are appropriate for you. And of course, I want to do a disclaimer here. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not licensed. I do not diagnose, treat, advise at all. But this is just informational purposes for those of you who are looking to kind of add this to your wellness routine, to be consciously, in empowered to be supporting your body to balance naturally. And then the last one is this energy enhancer. This, of course, is the 2 patch. You've got a white and a tan patch. And so white is always right. So whether you put them, I really like these behind the ears. That's kind of works for me. But you can put them, you know, where it feels good. I know some people like it kind of into the shoulders. You can do, you know, torso, upper back, lower back, and let those kind of, all of the patches really will work everywhere because the crystal lattice is, you know, it turns on from the body heat. So it is going to be going, but the reason some of these points are encouraged is because the clinical trials were done on these points. So they know these are optimal places to be putting these. So that's another tip there. Otherwise, making sure, you know, your skin is dry and clear. If you've just put lotion on and you do put one of these on, it will slide all over the place. So don't do that. I also have questions, people saying, oh, can I get them wet? And yes, you can. I shower fine. I do infrared yoga in 133 degrees. So I am in very hot environment for about an hour, and I will have usually 2 patches on, 1-2 patches on, and I have no problem. You know, it really stays on, and then I go and take a shower after, and those have been fine for me. I've also heard of people at the beach, you know, they took a picture of their foot in the sand with, you know, the patch staying on the kidney 1 point at the bottom of the foot. So, you know, or that they were in the ocean, and so they're pretty strong. They stay on pretty well. And so, you know, making sure the skin's clear, there's nothing happening there. And then otherwise, one other thing I did want to touch on that's important is to really work with your body with if it does begin to detox. For me, because of, you know, some different things that I've been balancing in my own body and you know, working on for my well-being, I have noticed in this first month that my body has absolutely done some cool detoxing. But I know because I have decades of detoxification that I've done because of some real not great chemical exposure when I was very young. So it's, for me, this is kind of a lifestyle to be proactive, to keep the body as filtered as I can, to be kind of replenishing and really strong. So again, those electrolytes are going to be helping to replenish. And of course, if you're concerned about something showing up or something unusual in the body, always check with your regular medical care to make sure it's not something that's not appropriate. And even to begin these, you want to make sure this is appropriate with whatever's going on in your health history, where you are now, that is appropriate for you to be doing this. But ultimately, remember, these are non-transdermal, so they are not putting any chemicals into the skin. This is just a light. It's an infrared signal helping your stem cells to help the body come into balance on its own. And so it really is, you know, and that's part of the reason I am so passionate about this, is that it is completely natural. Light and sound is the, you know, the most non-invasive route to balancing the body. It's also ancient. It's also, you know, futuristic, and so it's very, very exciting that this is not only accessible, but that it's as affordable as it is. And so I hope these tips have helped. You know, if you have more questions or, you know, more specific, you know, requests for your unique situation, definitely reach out. And if you haven't ordered yet and you've come across this because you're just curious and getting more information, you can always order the patches at lifewave.com/Kat Miller, CATMILLER. And that will take you to my store page. I am also I am building a team to be getting this incredible information out to the world. So if you are interested in getting a passive income revenue stream going, reach out to me. I'd love to chat about what can be entailed in helping to create that, so that we, you know, are all able to be empowered ourselves, but helping others to find the light as well. So I hope this has been informative. If you have more questions, please comment below, or, you know, let me know what you think. And thank you so much for being here, and be well, guys.